What's up, guys? Finn here from Warrior Self, and well, Dexter is here as well. He has joined me for this video. Today, we're going to talk about one of the probably the biggest things you need to make sure that you do whenever you get involved in a exercise program, and that is recovery. Right? Basically, how much rest are you giving your body, and are you giving it enough, or are you not taking any at all? Right? Some of it is during your actual workouts. Some of it then might be during, when you're not working out, which is one of the most important parts, right? Now, the big things I want you to remember, I'm going to give you 3 tips here to help ensure that you're getting enough rest throughout your workouts or your workout plans and as you're going for your fitness goals. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Sleep is one of the biggest things that you need to do. You need to be getting at least a minimum of 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Without enough sleep, your body's not going to recover, you're not going to be losing fat, you're not going to be building muscle, and it's going to make it so much harder for you to then go through your workouts because you're not going to have the energy to do it, and your muscles are going to be so shot that they won't even be able to perform what you're trying to do, right? So if you're doing 10 solid pull-ups, you don't sleep for a few days, you're not going to be getting out those pull-ups anymore. Right? You might be getting out 2 or 3 just because your body's not recovering. You're not going to have the motivation to get through your workouts, and it's going to make you're going to backslide at that point. You're going to start to gain fat, you're going to lose muscle, and it's all kinds of things that we do not want to have happen. All right, so that would be tip number 1, is getting the amount of sleep. All right, tip number 2 is to make sure that you're not overworking the muscles. Now, what I mean by that is that, if you're working chest on Monday, you can't work chest on Tuesday, right? You have to leave at least 1 day in between before you work on that muscle group again. All right, 2 is usually optimal, but 1 day at the very least, so that that muscle can rest and recover. All right, so if you did chest on Monday, soonest you'll be able to work chest again would be Wednesday. No sooner than that. Right? Looks like he's leaving me. So no sooner than Wednesday do you want to then do those exercises for chest again. Right? So you have to make sure that you're breaking up the times on when you're using those muscles so that you're not overworking that muscle group. Then you get into overtraining syndrome, and your muscle's going to be held back. It's going to be painful. It's going to be sore. You're going to damage it too much, and it's going to stop your gains and stop your fitness goals. All right, so that is 2, making sure that we're leaving proper amount of rest for muscle groups between workouts. All right, now the last one, tip number 3 here, is to make sure that you're getting optimal rest between your sets. All right, now there's many different ways to set up a workout plan. All right, you can do more of like a Tabata type of thing where it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You can go every minute on the minute. You can go typical strength building where you're doing anywhere between 3 to 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps with a 2 to 3 minute rest in between. All right, depending upon whichever form of training you're using, whatever type of training modalities that you're doing, whether it's for weight loss, for hypertrophy, it's for just general strength, right? There's different ways to work each one. You need to make sure that you're following the guidelines and getting proper amount of rest for each one. All right, we'll use the hypertrophy workout as a basis here. You need a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes of rest between each set. All right, so if I'm working, we'll use pull-ups for the example again, right? We used that earlier. So if I'm working pull-ups, right, I get up to 12 pull-ups on my first set, I wait 2 minutes, I get out maybe 9 pull-ups for the next one, right? I gotta wait 2 minutes again. If I don't give that proper amount of rest, I'm not gonna be able to work within my rep ranges, and it's going to make the exercise really not work for me, and I'm not going to make the gains that I'm trying to get, right? Because we're thinking about a hypertrophy workout, which would be muscle building. So if I don't set everything up right, I am not going to actually make the gains and get the results that I want. All right, so we need to make sure that we have the proper rest between each and every set. All right, so those are the 3 tips, right? So we have proper amount of sleep, right? 7 to 8 hours. Making sure that we have the proper spacing between the workouts. So if we're working chest on Monday, we don't work it till at least Wednesday, so we have 1 to 2 days of rest between before we work the same muscle group. All right, and then the last one is make sure we have the proper rest period in between sets, and part of that's also then exercise choice as well. All right, we'll go over some of those in the later videos. of course, on how to choose certain exercises for different types of training modalities and things like that, and different setups. But that is there's 3 tips to help give you the best recovery that you can get. And this is Finn from Warrior Self. I'm going to be signing off here. Actually, the dog is now looking like he's going into the garbage. So I will be back later, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy.